SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we got updates out of Verizon. Upgrades to the network. Pretty big. It's a lot of scale here, so I'm going to cover that in today's video. I'll be sure to link the article in the description for you as a reference. Also in the description is the real SMT Buy Me a Coffee link. If you want to support your creators directly, that is one way you could do it. You can also get a great deal from our wireless partner, Mint Mobile. They just upgraded all their plans, giving customers more data, but leaving the prices the same. All right, so use that partner link. It's in the description. Save money, and you'll be helping out the channel in the process. All right, so Verizon upgrades 5G in another 6 cities, including San Francisco. We covered the San Francisco story last week, but there is some additional updates to these upgrades. All right, so additional cities that have been seeing massive scale upgrades with the 5G UW C-band and millimeter wave coverage. All right, so the cities including Denver, Colorado, Kissimmee, Florida, Memphis and Nashville, Tennessee, San Francisco, California, of course, we covered that, and then now also mentioned St. Louis, Missouri. Verizon also mentioning San Diego, California, Madison, Wisconsin, seeing massive upgrades as well. Within these actual markets, Verizon has disclosed that San Francisco now has 80% of their population covered with the 5G UW through the C-band spectrum. All right, so they're starting to scale that. They're also continuing to build out the 5G millimeter wave, which is the really, really fast, truly incredible technology and spectrum that really shows what 5G can do. But good to see both layers are being built out in scale and in depth. Other cities with large-scale upgrades, 74% of people in the St. Louis area now have 5G UW, as well as 95% in Nashville. I think that's a pretty substantial upgrade for the folks of Nashville. Memphis, including Germantown, Poplar Ave, and Modana Learning Center Academy along I-40, Snyder's Truck Terminal, all these different locations in and around Memphis seeing these upgrades. And within Kissimmee, folks now have 5G UW at 51% of the cell sites around the town. So Verizon doing a really nice job of upgrading the network. I know a lot of people have been kind of down on the Verizon network because of its, I guess we'll call it its elder state. It got kind of old, with the exception of some metro areas, right? When you look at where people live, it's the majority of the country's population is in metropolitan areas. But they're doing a nice job to upgrade the network. I know a lot of people want to see the scale, go faster in the pace, but it truly is very fast. And Verizon is starting to not only reach more places, but build in depth within those places. So nice job out of Verizon. They're spending the money, right? They're spending $10 billion dedicated to the C-band spectrum for its build out. They still have maintained an 18 to 19 billion annual network capex. So they are spending the money, and the network is starting to show it. If you look at the root scores, if you look at Open Signal, if you look at all these different third-party crowdsourced data collectors as well, we're starting to see speeds double from Verizon, right? Median speeds are going from 60 to 120 to 150 megabits. I expect that to continue. Don't forget, at the end of this year, the rest of the C-band spectrum will clear from, repack from satellite. That means Verizon speeds will likely double, if not triple, in these areas. And of course, Verizon will continue to scale the build in all the places that don't have it yet. So over the course of the next, I would say 12 to 18 months, the Verizon network will be almost unrecognizable. We'll have that same great coverage, of course, right, because of where the network exists. But all these sites are going to be modernized with lots of spectrum on air. And it will be very good for the Verizon customer. And of course, for the entire marketplace for competition, because now you won't have to choose a carrier based on who's got the best speeds. They'll all be basically the same. You probably won't be able to distinguish Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile 1 year from now. You probably won't be able to distinguish them based on speed. You're going to probably just be able to distinguish them based on pricing, features, different perks, add-ons, and maybe reliability, right? Those things are all still in play. So good updates out of Verizon. If you're in any of these cities, tell me if you've noticed the upgrades. Is it something that you can actually note and say, yeah, I've noticed it? I can tell you guys right now that The Cleveland area for sure has reached well over 95% upgrades. I really can't find many sites that aren't upgraded, with the exception of maybe the small cells. And we're expecting that this year. All right, we shall see. We're tracking it all. Give me your personal experiences and how you guys have been seeing the Verizon network. Comment down below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.